Hey everybody, Sabria here. Today we're going to talk about morning routines. I think it's very beneficial to have a morning routine. Morning routines set the mood for the day and productivity of the day. When I miss my morning routine, I feel it. I feel off for the day. Do you have a morning routine? I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now as well. I truly appreciate the support. So my morning routine starts with me when I wake. Before I even open my eyes, I start with gratitude, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I woke up this morning. And it's not that I'm saying any of this out loud, it's in my mind. I'm talking to God, I'm talking to the divine, and I'm just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And as I start saying thank you, different things may pop into my mind about what I'm thankful for. But the intent is that I just want to start my day on a level of gratitude, and from there it's only going to get better. We have to be intentional in everything we do, and when we start off our day in gratitude, you're starting off your day on a high vibration, and that usually takes you to a really good place. So after maybe a few minutes, 5 minutes maybe, and then too, I notice when I'm up, my mind tries to wander and starts thinking about work, starts thinking about whatever, and I just bring it right on back, and I just say thank you for this day, thank you for this day, thank you for breath, thank you for another chance, thank you for, you get it. So the next thing I do is I go to a place where I know I'm not going to be disturbed. For me, it's the office. You guys, could be your bed, it could be wherever, but for me, it's my office. I come in, I close the door, and I start off with writing in my gratitude journal, and I just write 10 things at a minimum that I'm thankful for. And it's not long, drawn out statements. It's really just, I am thankful for coffee. I am thankful for sun. I am thankful for love. I am thankful for my steady increase in my finances. Whatever it is, be it true or not, be it something that you're trying to speak into existence or something that is already happening, it's appropriate to do it here, and that's what I do. I write it right there, and it's not something that I practice, not something that I thought about. It's just, I take my pen, my pencil, and I just start writing whatever flows. At a minimum, I do 10, but sometimes it's more. I use this is my gratitude journal, and I love this little journal. It just says, I gotta be me. On the top, it says, it's just a cute little quote about why you should be you. But in here, on each page, it's a different saying about, someone saying something like this one saying, taking into account the public's taking into account the public's regrettable lack of taste, it is incumbent upon me not to fit in. Like that, I love that. And so that's how I start my day. And here's another one. This one says, choosing the freedom to be uninteresting never quite worked for me, even though sometimes I think I'm lame. But anyway, and when I do my gratitude journal, I start off by saying, I took a theme from this book, and it says, I gotta be me. So I start off with my theme. Every morning I say why I have to be me. And this says, this day, this was from January 20th. I said, I gotta be me because every day I realize just how dope I am. What? But that gets you in this mood where you're confident about yourself. You feel good. And at the bottom it says, rate today's authentic confidence level, and then you can say, it's 1 exclamation point, 2, 3, or 4. And I'm usually around a 3. My goal is to constantly be at that 4. I'm truly 100% authentically confident in who I am. So that's my gratitude journal. So next, from there, I move on to my affirmations. And affirmations really are just positive statements that we say to ourselves, and it's a way of reprogramming our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is where we react normally out of. That's where our paradigms live. Paradigms are just habitual behavior that we've learned from childhood to now. They control our lives, the lives we have, and the reality that we live in. It's a result of your paradigms. Then most of us don't even know what a paradigm is. I didn't before I started studying this, but paradigms are so important, and all of ours need to be shifted, because that's what limited beliefs are. When you want to move to another level, when you want to do something different, you have to shift your paradigm. And it's not easy, because a lot of times we don't know that's what we're fighting against. We don't know that once we get out that comfort zone, we extend those limiting lines that, why do I go back and keep doing the same thing? Why? I just said I was going to lose 10 pounds and I wasn't going to eat any fried food, but I just went there and fried some chicken. Why did I do that? You know, because these are things that you've been brought up with. That's how y'all ate when you came up. You know what I mean? These are just really deeply ingrained behaviors that are habitual, that were passed down from your parents, from your parents' parents, from their parents. And so when you think about how far back that goes and what we know our people went through, we got some shifting that needs to be done. So paradigms and affirmations are just a way that you can basically speak into your subconscious and reprogram your subconscious by telling it what you want it to know and what you want it to believe. And you know, that's the start of reprogramming those thoughts and those beliefs that limit us. That's the way that we start getting rid of those and overcoming those. So I have a second journal that I write in every morning, and you know, I start off, I do things a little differently. It's whatever I feel that morning. But in these, I'm gonna go to 120, because I was on 120 in my gratitude journal. Let's see. I can't read my writing. That's why I type. But with this kind of work, this self-development work, writing is so therapeutic for me, and it changes stuff on a cellular level for me. So I am going to write. I'm not typing this stuff. I can't read that right now. But what I usually start off with is, I am so happy and grateful that. And so affirmations have to be spoken from a present tense. Subconscious doesn't distinguish. They don't know it doesn't get if you're talking about past, future, truth, untrue. It doesn't get it. So you talk, and your affirmations have to be formed in a present tense, as if it's already happened. You've already accomplished whatever you are wanting to accomplish. That is how you change your paradigms. That is how you shift your paradigms, and that you reprogram your beliefs. You have to say it from a tense of present. It's happening, it's happened, and this is how I feel. You got to feel it. You have to take the time to feel it. That's one thing I forgot in my gratitude journal. As I'm writing everything down, you take a moment to think about, why are you thankful for that? Why are you gracious? Why are you thankful? So let me give you an example. So I will write, I am thankful for my grandchildren. And then I stop and I just close my eyes and think, why am I thankful? And then I just picture their faces, and it just brings a smile to my face and just warms my heart. And oh, I'm thankful for them, and just the love on another level. Oh, that's real, that's deep. I feel that. You feel that. So you truly go to another level of gratitude when you take the moment to do that. So for each of the things that you're grateful for, each of the things that you're thankful for, that you wrote down in your journal, you take that moment to pause and think about why you're thankful for, why you feel so much gratitude. Okay, that's important. So I wanted to go back to that. But as I'm writing in my affirmations, you know, I will say So everybody knows real estate investing is my goal here. One of my goals. I got a lot, got plenty that are coming to pass, that are manifesting, that, whoo, yes, yes. So here's an example of an affirmation I would write. I am so happy and grateful now that I own 3 multifamily buildings. I own an 8-plex, a 6-plex, and a closing on the 10-plex. Ooh, I feel good. Thank you, universe. So you see how I said I am as if it's happened. And that feeling it gives you, you take it to that next level of feeling it. That is what law of attraction is. It's not just thoughts and ideas. It's also, you got to feel it. You got to believe it. You got to know it. Really, you can't just believe it. You got to know it. You have to feel it though. When you bring in emotions to it, you tie an emotion to a thought, an idea, that is what you are able to manifest, and manifest that much quicker. So, you can write in a form of, I am so happy and grateful that, or you can just write, I am loved. I am successful. I am financially free. I am a giver. I am. And you are reprogramming that subconscious mind, which is responsible for every behavior that you make, every behavior that you have. You are reprogramming that. Those simple I ams. Another thing I heard from a fellow YouTuber, his name is Gavin Stevens. His channel is called Wake Up Fulfilled. He's out of the UK. He's great. I'll remember. Let me write a note. I'll add a link to his page in the show notes. But he believes in affirmations, and it makes so much sense. Since he's like, you're saying I am. Let's say it is normal for me. And you're telling your subconscious, oh, it's normal for me, so it is normal for me to be the boss. It is normal for me to be a leader. It is normal for me to excel. It is normal for me to be the top of the crop. It is normal. It is normal. It is normal. And you're, again, reprogramming your subconscious mind, and you are telling your behavior what it is and what it's going to be. You're creating your own reality. You are using the power that is within you. So yeah, that's affirmations. You can, I am so happy and grateful, or you can just say I am, or you can say it is normal for me. Spend some time doing that. Again, there's nothing planned, nothing that you've thought of already. It's just whatever flows. Just let it flow. And when you feel like it's been enough, if it's a page, sometimes I write a page, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's half a page. It's whatever comes. So that's the next thing that I do. And then after that, let me think about what I do. Okay, yeah, so I use a vision board, but I have a digital vision board. It's this site, visionboard.co, that you can go and you can upload pictures and just move them wherever you want to on your vision board, and it can accommodate different screen sizes, desktop, tablet, mobile phone, whatever. But my girlfriend had a great idea. I told her about it. She tried to use it, and she was like, girl, that was a little too, I went with that. I just got me a PowerPoint, and she used PowerPoint slides, and she put her vision on a PowerPoint slide, and then used the next slide to write out her detailed action to meet each of those goals that she had. So that was good. So either one of those will work, or you can just go old school. Get you a poster board, get you some magazines, some glue, and some scissors, and start pasting, cutting and pasting stuff together. You can have one or multiple vision boards, but for me, I have one right now. I'm going to have multiple because I have so many things I want to do, different time frames, and so that allows me to keep it separate. For right now, I just have one that covers basically this year, but I take some time just looking at it, and just feeling myself having accomplished everything. And so on mine, I have a picture of an 8-plex, and then I have the word paradigm shift on mine. Then I have a picture of the mind. I follow Bob Proctor, and he shows you a picture of the mind. He drew a picture of the mind, which just helps you visualize, right? So it's a circle. This is what it looks like. It's a circle. It's a circle, right? And then, so you just cut that in half. And the top half is your conscious mind. And the bottom half is your subconscious mind. And then your body is an instrument of the mind. It does whatever your subconscious tells it to do. Whatever it tells it to do, your body is going to dutifully go and do that and perform that behavior. But this is a picture of the mind. You got the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and then your body. So that's just, sorry, I want to let you know, but that's something that I found to be very helpful. So I have that picture on my vision board too. And then I also have like this boatload of money, boatload of cash, shitload of cash that's just, you know, coming to us. I have a picture of Africa. Mine is digital. I'm on my phone, so I would show you, but I work in IT, but some of this stuff is just still a little above my, it's a learning curve there. So y'all just have to be patient with the description. You just gotta be okay with the description for today. But I got a picture of a lion roaring. I got a picture of the shape of the continent of Africa, because that's one of the goals actually that we put in place. We're going in 2020. And another one of this car I want, and then the other is this place, the city I'm moving to. And so yeah, I just take a minute and I just look at it. I just look at it and I just feel myself, ooh, in my 8plex, I'm going in, I got the keys. I unlock the door, I go in, and I'm like, okay, so, you know, I'm an investor. You look for value add property. So it's not turnkey. Most of the properties that we buy aren't turnkey, because the profit is in bringing up that value and then making the asset that much more valuable. And so I walk in, I look at the unit, and I'm like, okay, so we gotta replace the floors, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Like, I see myself, I put myself there. And then when I think, and then I see the word paradigm shift, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta shift them paradigms, yeah, you know. And so I just spend a minute there with my vision board. And the next thing I do is I'm a little long-winded, y'all. It take me about an hour though in the morning to go through my ritual. If I have to condense it, because I woke up too late and I got a meeting like this morning. Oh, I was a little off because I woke up at 8 o'clock and had a meeting starting at 8 o'clock. Yeah, so I was a couple minutes late for my meeting, and I had to interact with other people before I had my quiet time. It's okay. It happens sometimes, but that's definitely not the ideal. That's not how I like to spend my day. That's not how I like to wake up. I do not like to wake up to any noise, really. So the next thing I do is I read. So I'm reading Think and Grow Rich. I'm studying Think and Grow Rich, and in one of the chapters, it talks about in the faith chapter, which is chapter 3, it talks about the self-confidence formula. And you're supposed to read the self-confidence formula once a day aloud. So I wrote it down in my little notebook, because writing helps me remember things. Writing helps it get to that deeper level in my DNA. So I read from that in my notebook. I don't read from the book in the morning, but I read from my notebook. But every day I read it, and the self-confidence formula, and I read it, and again, after every paragraph, I pause and I feel it. I get those emotions going. Excuse me, and I feel it. So here's the self-confidence formula. It's again in chapter 3 on faith and Think and Grow Rich. It starts on page 74. The self-confidence formula. The first one, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself consistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. I take a deep breath and I feel that. I promise that, and I demand that of myself. Nothing less will do. I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. So then I go on to the second formula, the second step in the formula to achieve self-confidence that is needed to obtain the goals that we want in life that are going to make us rich. And not just money, but in relationships, in spirituality, and in finances too, and health. The second step is I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. And when I'm doing my gratitude journal, I'm writing my affirmations, it takes me about 30 minutes to do both of those because I'm pausing and I'm taking it in. And that is giving me my clear picture of who I am. That's how I live this step out. That's how I meet this step. The third step is I know through the principle of auto-suggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. So as I'm reading the self-confidence formula, I am building my self-confidence. So me just doing this is me just going over this and reading this formula aloud daily. This is me meeting this requirement to spend 10 minutes daily demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. The fourth step, I have clearly written down a description of my chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. So I think about that. And the definite chief aim in life, we're coming to that next. The fifth step in the self-confidence formula in Think and Grow Rich, I fully realize this is one that this one is twofold to me. And the first part of it, I got it. I'm in step, I'm in alignment, and I always have been that way. But the second part, and as soon as I read it, you're gonna know what I mean. You're gonna know which one I am overcoming, I am mastering. The fifth step, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. That's pretty powerful, that one to me. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. That I realize that no wealth, no position will long endure. You can't do wrong and expect that to last. God don't bless that, but something built on truth and on fairness and on every party mutually benefiting, you got you something good then. So that I feel that, and I'm like, yes, you can have confidence in having your integrity and knowing that you can't lose. You cannot lose when you operate in integrity. But the second half, I will eliminate hatred. I don't really have a problem with envy, jealousy, or selfishness, but at hatred and cynicism, I'm working on it. Yeah, our past and even our current as Black people make it a little difficult to just take that one and ride. So I am mastering that now, because it says that having a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. And success is a non-negotiable for me. I've been successful in my life, and now I'm taking it to another level, and that's going to happen. It just is. And I realize I can't operate in this bubble with just, Black people. And it's not beneficial to do that anyway. All of us have, beauty and gifts and things that we can benefit. I've not had a relationship where I've outside of work with someone that doesn't look like me, that I fully trust. But that, again, that's something I'm mastering, and we'll see. The last part of the self-confidence formula is, I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self-reliant and successful person. So that's the one of the activities that, I can't put this up, that I do in the morning, that just speaks to and builds up my self-confidence. It just, and again, after each paragraph, just take a moment to let it sink in, to feel it, to not just read something, but to experience it. Because this whole world would be better if we all thought like this, Like, we have to be kinder to each other. And so I'm working on that. I want to be kinder, and I want to not have these prejudices or not be infected by others' prejudices of what they think we are and who they think we are. I want to be judged on me and my merit. And I want to look at somebody else and judge them on theirs and their merit and not their skin color. So we all got to do better with that. So after I do that, I read through my self-confidence formula. I read through my definite aim in life, my definite chief aim in life, which I wrote down. That's too personal. I will not be sharing that here, but the content of what should go in your definite chief aim, I got that out of chapter 2. I think it's chapter 2. No, chapter 1. No, chapter 2 in Think and Grow Rich. The chapter is on desire. And this, it basically says, wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, that will bring riches. And so the method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent consists of 6 definite practical steps. And here are the steps. The first one is to fix your mind on the exact amount of money you desire. Generalities don't work. You have to be specific and tell the universe what you want. For one, you can't be greedy. It is so much out here. Just imagine the universe being like the ocean. You can go to with the with a small teaspoon. You can go with a cup. You can go with a pail. You can go with the biggest thing you can create to care. Is that much that's available? It's unlimited, limitless resources that we have access to. Okay? Know that. Know that. When you get that, then you won't operate in, well, I ain't telling them this because I don't want them to take, or it's not enough business, or it's too crowded. That is not possible. What is for you is for you, and there's enough of it for all of us. So the second step is to determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. Nothing's for free. You have to give something. So what are you going to give, and what service are you going to provide in order to, achieve these riches? And for me, thinking of initially real estate, so what I'm going to give is I'm going to give safe, clean, affordable housing. I am going to give empowerment back to my people by treating them well, giving them superb customer service. The third step is to establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Again, generalities don't work. So if you say, I want to make my annual income become my monthly income by March 1st of 2019. I mean, it needs to be specific like that, I want to make $20,000 a month every month starting February 2019, whatever it is, even if that's $5,000 a month, even if that's $100,000 a month, all of those are doable, and all of those are definite, wherever you are in that spectrum. But what I will say is, whatever you think it is, 10 times it, 10x it, multiply it by 10, because that's what's in you, and that is what you can do, and what you can have, and what you deserve. All right. The fourth step is to create a definite plan for carrying out your desire. Oh, this is a good one. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire, and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. I'm going to read that again, because that is just how powerful it is. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire, and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. Self-explanatory. Whether you're ready or not. What's the motto? Do it afraid, do it imperfectly, just do it. Whether you're ready or not, do it. And you can perfect as you go. So the fifth step is basically you're adding steps 1 through 4 together. And you're writing out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire. Name the time limit for its acquisition. State what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. That's the fifth step. And so the sixth step is that fifth step, that basically becomes your definite chief aim. That is your goal in life, that you've written down how much money it is you want, what service you plan to give back for attaining that. When do you plan to get it? And what's your action plan to get it? So you write all those things out, and that becomes your definite chief aim for life. And then you read that written statement aloud 2 times a day. Once just before retiring at night, and once after arising in the morning. And the key is, as you read it, as you see the words, you have to feel it. You have to believe it. You got to put yourself there as if you've achieved all of those things, and you're living in that moment right now, and you're basking in the glory of having did just what you said you were going to do, having been successful, having impacted lives of others, having impacted your community. For me, that's what it is. I sit here and I just sit there, and I just, like, literally tears are just coming down. Because I'm that tied to it, in the results of everything in my heart that is coming to light, that is being manifested right now. It's a powerful thing. It really is. And the reason why I do mine in this order is because by the time I'm finished reading, I'm pumped. I'm doing my gratitude things, and I'm like, yes. And then, I'm the bomb. I'm dope, right? Then I am this, I am that. It is normal for me to be this. It is normal for me to do this. It is normal for people to da 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 da. as I'm doing that. And then I come and I read my self-confidence thing, and I, it just reiterate why you stick to it. It's non-negotiable. You will never stop trying until you achieve. So I pump myself up more. And then I stop and I read my definite chief aim. And part of it for me is that mine is not just about me. It's about me, it's about my family, and it's about my community at a whole, and then eventually globally, not even just about Black people. It doesn't matter. My biggest life desire has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with who you look like, where you come from. It's about filling a need that touches my heart. And so I know I got growth, right? So yay me. But after I finish reading that definite chief aim in life, I'm so full, and this is daily. And the other thing about that, as I'm reading my definite chief aim and I learn more, I correct it. I've rewritten mine about 5 times now. And I'm gonna keep rewriting it, until I don't feel the need to do that anymore. But I went from just having just words down to putting in affirmations. I start off every mile with, it is my birthright to be financially free. It is my birthright to live in abundance. I am all throughout there. It's powerful, man. It really is. So by the time I finish that, it's time to I end my morning routine with meditation. So it depends on if I have meetings and things set for the day, and I know I only have a certain amount of time, I'll set my timer for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is pretty normal for me. If I don't have enough time and I only have 5 minutes, I'll do it for 5 minutes because it's that beneficial. But if I don't have any meetings, I don't set a timer. And I just, at that point, I'm calming down from crying. I mean, I got keep them all in. And it's good. It's not just, they're not bad tears. They're not. It's just the feeling. And that's how I process. I cry. I'm a weeper. Even when I was sitting in church, I would just cry and cleanse, and I still do that. And that's just who I am. So once I finish and I'm able to move into meditation, I set my timer and I use an eye mask because this takes my meditation to a whole nother level. So I put my eye mask on. I put on music in the background that's calming and soothing. I usually like to listen to 528 hertz or 432 hertz. You can hear it in the background now. And it's really just healing and meditative, and that frequency does different things. And I don't know everything it does. I really just pick from the description. It's on YouTube. I just put 528 hertz in the search bar, and whatever comes back. I look at the description. Some of them it says creative. Some of them say the creativity. Some of them say healing. Some of them say to get rid of negative feelings and just whatever I need for that day. But that's what's on now, and just that sound, So I start, I got my eye mask, I have my music on. I usually hold a crystal. This is a, what do you call this? Can't even think of it right now. But crystals have power in them. That's a whole nother story. I'm not well versed in that at all. Pretty Boss TV, that woman is the bomb. But her channel is on YouTube. You can go and get all of that from her. She's a pro at all of that. This is clear quartz, and it's powerful for a multitude of things. Like some of them are just like Amethyst is for prosperity or abundance, but this clear quartz is just for anything you need. So until I understand the meaning of all of the crystals, I pretty much stick with what's safe. So I have this in my hand, on my body, on my person somewhere. And, you know, you just sit straight. And this is just a quick little tutorial, y'all. So whoever doesn't know, because I did meditate before, I didn't know. I mean, there's so many videos, there's so much free content out here that helps you. But, you know, you sit somewhere. You can sit, some people sit in Indian style. I don't do that, but I just sit in a chair. The important thing is that you want to have your back straight. You don't want to have it stiff, but you want it to be straight. Because what you want to do is you want to release, it's called Kundalini energy. And it sits at the base of your spine. And it's basically primal energy that's sitting there, and it's coiled like a serpent, like a snake, and it's just coiled, right? And then, but when you meditate, and you want to get in touch with your higher self, you have to open your chakras. You have 7 chakras that run along your spine. There are more than 7, but those are the ones that we focus on. Those are the ones that release that Kundalini energy that makes you have that more intense and be more in touch with your consciousness, and just give you that ability to tap into your higher self. You have your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, and that's responsible for your spirituality. You have your third eye chakra, which is responsible for awareness or psychic abilities. You have your throat chakra, which is responsible for communication. You have your heart chakra, which is where, you have your love and your, healing. Your healing. Then you have your solar plex chakra. These last 3 always get me, so I'm looking at my notes. You have your solar plex chakra, which is right where the rib cage meets, right there. And that's responsible for wisdom and power. Then the next one is you have your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is right like at the bottom of your abdomen, and that's responsible for your power and your wisdom. And then lastly, you have your root chakra, which is right in your growing area, and that's your root chakra. And that chakra is responsible for just like I said that wrong. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry. Let me go back because it's important. I'm just going to get it right. So you got your crown chakra, which is responsible for your spirituality. Your third eye chakra, which is responsible for your awareness, just being more aware. Your throat chakra, which is responsible for your communication. Your heart chakra, which is responsible for love and just, healing. Then you have, so now you have your solar plexus chakra, which is right where that your rib cage meets. And it's responsible for your wisdom and your power. Then you have the sacral chakra, which is at the bottom of your abdomen, and it's responsible for your sexuality and your creativity. Then lastly, you have your root chakra, which is at, in your growing area, and it's just responsible for basic trust. So all of those chakras need to be opened up so that this Kundalini energy can flow up through your spine and give you that more intense connection. It allows you to tap into your higher self, your divine self. I know some of this may sound Greek, but it's worth it just to type it in. Take a minute just to see what it is. Kundalini, Kundalini. Kundalini, let me see. Kundalini, Kundalini energy, and they call it a Kundalini awakening. But anyway, if you want more information on either of those chakras, Kundalini energy, just put it in the comments, and then I'll come back and make a video on that. But basically, when you meditate, you sit in a straight position. Again, you want your spine straight but not stiff. And you start off with deep breaths. So when you take that deep breath, you fill your abdomen and your chest with air, and you hold it. and you release it. You do that, you know, as some people say you breathe in for a count of 5, hold it for 5, release for 5, and do that 5 times. And that helps you just get in that relaxed state. But really, it's however long you can hold your breath, however long you can, you know, hold it till you release it. It doesn't matter. It's just the act of taking those deep breaths and getting yourself in a relaxed state. But, and at this point, you got your mask on, you got your music on. If you're doing your crystal, you got your crystal in your hand. You're sitting in your state, and then you just and you feel your body relaxing, and you're getting lighter and lighter. It's a wonderful feeling. For anybody who smoked weed, the feeling that you get from meditation sometimes is equated to that. Just that state of lightness and just peace, really. So you also, another powerful thing when you're in meditation, you can hold your fingers like this, like you see people doing this, like you ain't gotta do all that, but you can just, in your lap, just hold your fingers like this, or bring your middle finger together and bring all the other ones around it. But do it now, just hold your finger, just press that together. And you feel a charge in your body. You feel something going on. That is the energy. That is source energy. Everything that's in this world is what you are feeling right now. That's what everything you see, that's what it's made out of. You're made out of the exact same thing. And you can tap into that, to tap into your genius at any point. And when you meditate, that's what you're tapping into. You're tapping into your divine self. They say, some people have said, you go to prayer, you go in prayer to put out your petitions to God, whatever you call them, right? Whatever you call them. You go in prayer to put out your petition, excuse me. But when you are in meditation, that's where you get in that stillness, that sense of quiet, that sense of peace. And that's when you get answers. Now, when I first started meditating, my mind always used to rumble, just, you know, I had no control. And I thought that was, child, I'm so busy, I'm so my little mind just stay running. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. We have to learn how to focus on things. We have to learn how to take control. So when I find my mind doing that, I bring it back. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna stay present in this moment. We're gonna do what we're doing now, and that makes me more productive. But even in meditation, you may feel that. Don't get discouraged. Do not get discouraged. Just whenever that happens, you bring the thought back. You go back into your deep breaths. Go back into your deep breaths and bring yourself back into the now. And think of your intent. When you go into meditation, you do it with an intent. You do it either to get questions, or you do it because you want to think on something. You have something. You just want to be thankful for that day. So you just go and just in your mind, just thankful. But me, I'm usually just listening. So if thoughts come up that I know aren't, you know, the divine speaking to me, I push them away. And I know that because it's like, oh, I got that meeting, I need to move. That time will come. But right now, this is about me and my personal development. So I push that to the side and I just come on back. And then I get so light. You get so light when you think about it, and you don't think about your breathing anymore. It just regulates itself. And you're just in this state of like suspension, and you listen. You feel that energy moving through you, and the more you're aware of that being source energy moving through you, it overwhelms me. I am so thankful, because it tells me the power that I have. So I spend about 15 minutes in meditation. And when my timer goes off, you know, I can't snap out just like that, you know. Or if I don't have a timer, your body tells you when it's, you know, mind tells me it's okay, that's enough, right? Like, so I slowly come out of that. And I wiggle my fingers, like, cause they just feel numb, like I'm taking them back over, right? So I wiggle a little until I feel like, okay, now I can move and I can take my mask off and man, that felt good. That felt good just demonstrating that to you guys, right? But that's my morning routine. That's what I do. It takes about an hour. I can shorten it, but I don't want to. I'm so thankful for the ability to work from home because I would have had to get up so much earlier to do all of this when I was going into the office. But now, you know, I have that flexibility where I can, so I can spend an hour in the morning, but I realize everybody won't. But even spending 10, 15 minutes in the morning, establishing a morning routine and introducing meditation, just try it. Just try. Even if the only thing you did was meditation, be that in the morning, middle of the day, at night, whatever time, still beneficial. But anyway, that's all I wanted to bring to you today. So if there's anything that you heard that you want more information on, that you want me to provide more videos on, just let me know in the comments. Please like and share if you liked it. I mean, if you ain't like it, then, you know, don't thumbs down it, but just go on about your business. But subscribe and what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. But yeah, that's it. Thank you again for joining, and I will see you guys next time.